Suffrage, the right or privilege of voting. Although suffrage is a small word, with a simple definition, women throughout history have suffered and struggled for it.
However, that all changed when a few certain bold women took courageous steps to reach actual political, economical, and religious equality by forming the women's suffrage movement.
Women's Suffrage Movement by Carly Oro
And Morgan Wallace. In this video, you will see
women fighting for their equality
and the leaders who made it possible.
In 1848, the first Women's Rights Convention was held in Seneca Falls, New York. At this convention, many recognized the efforts of the movement. However, only 100 of these people signed the Declaration of Sentiments, which set the structure for the movement. The first National Women's Rights Convention was held in Worcester, Massachusetts in 1850. This convention brought 1,000 citizens out supporting the movement. Until 1860, the convention was held yearly to support the cause. In May of 1869, the National Women's Suffrage Association was formed to achieve voting rights for women by congressional amendment. The organization was formed by Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton, whose main goal was that of the organization. Lucy Stone and Henry Blackwell formed the American Women's Suffrage Association, which focuses only on getting voting rights for women using amendments to state constitutions. After much effort from these organizations, the territory of Wyoming became the first to pass a women's suffrage amendment. Only a year later, women began serving on juries there. May of 1890, many states followed Wyoming's lead and finally recognized the efforts of the women's suffrage movement. After much conflict with the NWSA and the AWSA, the associations combined to form the NAWSA, which took the movement one step closer to women's voting rights and equality.
It took many years for states to follow Wyoming's example, but in 1893, Colorado also passed the law. Then, Utah and Idaho in 1896. Washington, California, Oregon, Kansas, Arkansas, Illinois, Montana, Nevada, New York, Michigan, South Dakota, and Oklahoma followed Colorado. But the work was not over. Many more remained unconvinced, but the women fought on. More protests, organizations, and supporters came about. In 1919, their efforts paid off. The Women's Suffrage Amendment, which was originally written by Susan B. Anthony, was finally sent to the states for ratification, and on August 26, 1920, the 19th Amendment was signed into law by the Secretary of State, Bainbridge Colby. Amendment 19. The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on the account of sex. Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. Even though both sides were able to compromise, women's rights supporters did not stop there. They worked and worked, fighting for the equality they deserved.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and women are created equal. Today, women have reached new levels of equality. They have broken gender boundaries in almost every single career. For example, many people have honored women for their contributions to society. Many women have succeeded in careers such as medicine,
law enforcement,
entertainment,
research,
important government positions,
and of course,
education. Because of the efforts of the women's rights movement, women worldwide have been inspired by their courageous acts and have attempted to take a stand in their own nations.
In conclusion, from the stressful struggles of the beginning of the women's rights movement,
all the way to the ratification of the 19th Amendment, women nationwide have gained actual political, economical, and religious equality for themselves and future generations.